Northern Nigeria is willing to support Tinubu for his second term if the government is able to fight Western propaganda targeted at the North. I repeat, Northern Nigeria is willing to support Tinubu and the APC for a second term if the government is able to fight Western propaganda that is pushed to target Northern Muslims, Northern politicians, and stakeholders in the North, like the traditional rulers and also the religious leaders. So this propaganda that is being pushed by the West is affecting Northern Nigeria to the extent that Northerners are willing to support Tinubu for a second term if his government is able to push back this propaganda that is being carried on by the West. Like I said, see, Northern propaganda versus Western propaganda. Western propaganda will win. Northerners don't have what it takes to fight the West when it comes to propaganda or anything. So for the US to start up this propaganda against Nigeria, Northern Nigeria, they are relying on Tinubu's government to push back because the government of Tinubu has experience when it comes to propaganda. Look at what the APC did from 2013 till now. Look at how they organized the media organized by the APC, push propaganda left, right, center. So Northern Nigeria, not having the experience of pushing such propaganda, is relying on Tinubu's government. And they are willing to support Tinubu for a second term if he would be able to stop this Western propaganda. Now, one Nigeria, if Nigeria is restructured today, the Northerners, the Fulani-led Northern Nigeria, they will be the most affected. Any restructuring that comes to Nigeria, the Fulani does not want it. He does not want anything that will tamper with the current state of Nigeria as it is today, because they are the biggest beneficiaries, having no land, having no ancestral ties to the land within Nigeria. If Nigeria is restructured, even the Hausas will be looking at sending them out of their own lands. But because of one Nigeria, you see, the Fulani that has conquered Northern Nigeria have every opportunity to become anything in one Nigeria. So the Western propaganda, the Christian genocide that is being pushed by the West may affect that structure that the Fulani have organized for themselves in Northern Nigeria. I repeat, the propaganda that is being pushed by the West on Nigeria, because all of a sudden, almost all news, international, CNN, BBC, and other people, everybody just echoing Northern Christian genocide in Northern Nigeria. All of a sudden, people are having discussions about Nigeria. It tells you that, you see, the current political structure in the North will be affected. Now, Tinubu has to do a lot of things to push back this propaganda because he also will be affected. But the most affected will be Northern Nigeria. You see, Tinubu may be lucky. At this point in time, things are just working in his favor, left, right, center. He does not really do too much, and he's getting this kind of support. They are going to abandon Atiku because the propaganda coming from US, it is not, you think US is playing. All those ones know they play. Whenever US has decided to push a propaganda, they will push it to the later. With the last drop of their blood, they will make sure they actualize it. If not today, it will be tomorrow. The US does not start something that they never wanted to finish. They don't start something that they have not really, they have planned it already. And they have already finished implementing it. It is just to make you people understand what they are wanting to do. So with the billions of dollars that may be earmarked for the Western propaganda compared to the hundreds of millions that the North may bring out for their propaganda, you know that Northern Nigeria is in trouble. And their only hope is for the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to organize his own propaganda machine and the Nigerian state to debunk everything that is being said by the West. When you look at what the West is saying, that there's Christian genocide in Northern Nigeria, I'm not saying that they are not lying. I told you before that when you talk about propaganda, propaganda is when people want to tell you a certain reality that they want you to see. There are two sides of a coin. But propaganda is, I want to show you one side. I want to tell you that this is the side that exists. Although that thing I'm telling you, there are elements of truth that side of the coin exists. But I'm not telling the whole truth that there's another at the back. So propaganda is trying to push a certain reality to people so that they will believe that reality. The Christian killings in Nigeria, in fact, it looks like genocide. You see, all of a sudden, Muslims, northern pages have sprung up. Social media handles start defending, saying that it is a lie, it is a lie. When Boko Haram and co were massacring people in Benue State and other places in Enugu State, you did not see these people come out to defend, say what Boko Haram is doing is bad. It is when the US is pushing at a propaganda of genocide, that is when you see them come out. That is hypocrisy. So there's an atom of truth in what the US is saying about what is going on in northern Nigeria. If we cannot stop the killings in northern Nigeria, you cannot stop the propaganda coming from the United States. I repeat, the only way North can be able to free itself from this US propaganda, number one, it is when the government of the day can stop these killings. Every day there's a killing. You see, the world now is a global place. Somebody can stay in Ecuador and see what is happening in Nigeria. So you don't need to start explaining to people that there's no genocide, Christian genocide. The people have seen what has been going on in Nigeria over the years. The killings going on. 100 people die. 200 people die. Christian communities wiped up. Churches burnt down. If Muslims are also killed, why is it that Muslims are not speaking up? So if you have an attack, Boko Haram attack, maybe a bus, Boko Haram hijack a bus. We have 10 Christians, 10 Muslims. Boko Haram kills all of them. The Muslim community decides to keep quiet and not say anything about their Muslim brothers. But the Christian community, they are saying there's killing. Would you blame the Christians for voicing out? Maybe you Muslims, you like the killings that is going on. You are in support. That's why you don't come out and say there are killings of Muslims. So the Christians should keep short because you Muslims are not saying enough. The point here is that Nigerians are being killed by Boko Haram. But some people don't like what is going on, the insecurity, and they are speaking up. So the Muslims should not come, or those northern handles, should not gaslight anybody, trying to make us look as if we are making it one-sided. The Christians are against the killings. Why are the Muslims not against the killings? If they are against the killings, why are they not speaking out? And the conduct of these northerners, look at the Deborah issue. See, there's so many reasons why people want to support the US, like there's genocide of Christians. We know how the government of the day wanted to make the plan, trying to make Nigeria an Islamic country through the back door. We know the agenda of the Fulani, the agenda of Uthman Danfodio. We know the battle between Christians and Muslims in Nigeria. We know the communities whereby we have a majority of Muslims, whereby Christians cannot practice their worship in peace. They are being hunted down. These are happening in Nigeria. But the Muslims will keep quiet. The Christians will always voice out. And now somebody wants to use it and push an agenda. You are saying, why are the Christians doing this? No. If you like the killings going on in northern Nigeria, you can keep short. But we, the Christians, we cannot keep short. The killings in northern Nigeria does not make it possible for a Christian to practice his religion. If the US and the West want to call it genocide, that is their problem. The Nigerian government have not been able to solve the issue of insecurity. So if the US, there's a school of thought, if the US can be able to come to our aid and help us solve this issue of insecurity, then let them come. I know that they have an agenda. You see, Nigeria at a point in time will be restructured. I told you that some things will happen. I've been saying it on this broadcast. Some things will happen. It will shock you what will happen. Nigeria has a little amount of time. Very soon, everybody will be restructured. Everybody will go answer in Papa name. That is why you need to secure your land. Your land is very much important. So that when you are going back to your Papa house, you know that you are going back to your place. Any place that you are staying, that is not from your tribe. You are a visitor there. No, I used to talk to my Igbo brothers that wants to make Lagos their second home. No, your home is in the southeast, because very soon a flood is coming. Everybody will be blown away and you'll be looking for your father's house to cling to. I don't know whether it's going to happen with this US propaganda. For the propaganda, northern Nigeria, if you support Tinubu or not, this propaganda is going to consume everybody. The propaganda is going to consume everybody. And it is a survival of world powers. They are looking for where they can camp and take away resources using propaganda. And US have seen Nigeria, northern Nigeria, as a best place for them to camp themselves. See, if it is about interest for US, you cannot stop them as an African person. So the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, many advise. They are saying that Tinubu should constitute a propaganda team or a media team, yes, or public relations team, people that have large followings. The government should engage them to talk about that there's no Christian genocide in Nigeria, to counter the propaganda of the West. They should also look at church leaders to talk about that there's no genocide in Nigeria, Christian genocide, and also buy airtime in CNN and BBC, send officials to talk about against Christian genocide. Even the media aides of the government cannot even, they are not, I don't see those ones as me, they don't really, they're not influential when it comes to the media. Like the social media in Nigeria, and those that are working with Tinubu, they cannot match any, even ordinary obedient propaganda, they cannot match. I think the Yoruba Runu has their own department, what they do. But as it stands, Tinubu has to do something, because this flood is going to consume everybody, not only northern Nigeria. You see, when the US puts its boots in northern Nigeria, the political arrangement will change, political alignment will change, and it's going to affect the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes. How will it affect the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? For instance now, how would US have access to your resources? Is by creating insecurity. Your resources is what they need. Yes, they scramble for resources now. Most of the things, electric motor, most of the things that are being used, uranium and other natural resources, you find some of them in northern Nigeria. And for US to have look for an excuse to enter your country, they must create insecurity. Every time these northern pages, northern social media accounts will tell us that, let us look at Libya, look at what US did to Libya. Let us not, we should not support US. You Christians, you Igbo, you from the Southeast, obedient movement, don't support US. Look at what US did to Libya. We understand what US did to Libya. And Nigerian government, I don't know what what Tinubu is doing about that. Maybe after Shetima's statement, US decided to, okay, let's focus, let's deal with these people. Let's deal with them. So Northerners supporting Tinubu because of Western propaganda is another thing that I cannot even explain again. They made me laugh. They laugh. Is Islam a religion of peace? That's the question. Now let's come inward and look at ourselves. Is Islam a religion of peace? Many people say Islam is a religion of peace. Every time they try to push that argument, somebody will just put out a post. Islam is a religion of peace. You see, when you have real power, you don't try to prove it. If Islam is a religion of peace, you don't prove it. People see it. As a parent, you have children. It is not what you tell your children that your children really follow. They follow your actions, your predispositions, your body language. That's what they really follow. No, they don't follow what you say. That is why you will tell a child something, tell. The child doesn't go anywhere. It is what you do. You see that your child mirrors you. There's no how. Your child mirrors you. Your negligence, your weakness, they mirror everything. So if Islam is a religion of peace, they don't need to explain to us. They need to show by their lifestyle, their living. Till today, no Islamic scholar has condemned the killing of Deborah. Yes, no Islamic scholar. There's a particular singer in northern Nigeria that is facing blasphemy. The Supreme Court, they are hearing it in Supreme Court. And they have sentenced this guy to death. They appealed the case to Supreme Court. Even the Kano lawyer is saying that if the Supreme Court save this guy, we are going to unalive him. That is a religion of peace. That is ordinary people, religion of peace. Go to northern Nigeria. Look at what the mosques are saying about the Christians. It tells you a lot about what is going on today in Nigeria. My brother, if you want us to believe that there's no genocide in northern Nigeria, or the Boko Haram, they are not, somebody says Boko Haram, they are not Muslims. So they are not Muslims. If you want us to believe, we will see it in your conduct that Islam is a religion of peace. It is not by what you come to tell us. How did the Fulani take over from the Hausa kings? They used Islam, and they use that Islam, and they're entering into Southwest. They say Sharia, Sharia, Sharia. Okay, Sharia has been in Southwest. That Sharia that you want, that kind of Sharia you want to bring in Southwest, what is it? And you are trying to use force. From Sharia, you breed insecurity. You breed hostility. People are being killed. People run away. Okiode, there's a nursing school in Okiode in Kwara State. They have relocated from that place. People are no more in those areas. Even though there's a report, I don't know whether it is true or not, though. The bandits seized ammunition from the army in Kwara. They took ammunition or seized, or I don't know how they do it, but they are in possession of Nigerian army ammunition. I don't know how credible it is, from Sahara reporters. So they have attacked the Okiode. No matter what you do, the trauma, people will want to go back to those places. That is the plan. That is a religion of peace. People are using, why don't they use Christianity to perpetrate those acts? Why don't they use Christianity to brainwash people to perpetrate those acts? Even some of these people, they know that Christians are not violent people. They know. They know that Jesus preaches, they slap you, you turn your other cheek. They know it. That's why they want to use every other means to bully or kill or do. How many times have we watched videos of these guys unaliving people because they are Christians? How many times? So if you want to prove to us that Islam is a religion of peace, you must show by your conduct. Let this Sultan of Sokoto condemn the killing of Deborah. We will now know that Islam is a religion of peace. But otherwise, your explanations go nowhere. You can explain from now to tomorrow. It does not change the fact that people see your hostility and they cannot call it peace. You cannot call hostility peace. Yes. So northern Nigeria, they are at a crossroads. Tinubu said they deal with them. Now, Western propaganda, they deal with them. See, I pity for northern Nigeria because, like I said, by 2027, the political influence of northern Nigeria will be diminished. I tell you, the political influence in Nigeria, very few of them can be able. You see, no matter what you push, some people are pushing propaganda, PR for some northern politicians. No matter what you do, the political influence of these guys will be diminished by 2027. After Tinubu wins that election, because I see that the opposition, they are not interested in power. Until there's a different thing that is being done by the opposition, I can now say that they are in the race. But as it stands now, you people are allowed to, you allow Tinubu finish you now. Now him be the, if they do election today, I'm not sure. I don't even know who and who is going to get close to Tinubu. Tinubu might use like 7 million votes and beat the next contender. I'm telling you, with the way things are going in Nigeria today, with the kind of institutions we have, with how the APC has colonized everything, how they will write results for themselves, with the opposition, weak opposition that don't know where they stand, with Atiku and the selfish people, personal interests running around. They must be president. If not, nobody else can be president. Well, we have said it before that Atiku has this time from now to 2027. If he does not win 2027, he no get out again, and he's not going to win. That is what APC wants. APC wants Atiku to be the leader of the coalition, and they know that it is easier for them to beat Atiku. But some northern people, they will not understand it like that. They think that they still have the influence, political influence. They don't know that things have changed. They don't know that 2026, people will go door to door. See, the campaign is door to door. They will meet you in your house and tell you that this is what is going on, north and south. This is what is going on. I'm telling you, with Atiku as the leader of the opposition. So as it is now, Northern Nigeria is going through a lot. Atiku will be the end of Northern influence. I'm telling you, Atiku will be the end of Northern influence. I look at that Atiku. After he loses 2027 elections, he will still want to run 2031. Go and mark this. After he loses 20, that is when they will start fighting, infighting. They will be scattering themselves left, right, center. They will be hitting themselves. They will be abusing themselves in Northern Nigeria. Whereby Southern Nigeria will be gaining robust. If Tinubu does not restructure the country. We are speculating. I told you that Nigeria cannot last more than 20 years at the way things are going now. Nigeria cannot last more than 20 years. I hope some of us are alive to witness what is going to happen. Naturally, Nigeria will come to the center table, and say, okay, this is what we have to do. We cannot stay together again. Everybody, let's look for a framework. Divide this country or restructure this country. Go and stay at your father's place and start developing. You can see people are asking for a port. Tinubu visited Imo State or Abia State. I think in Abia State, there were certain demands made. Abaribe is asking Tinubu release Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu is asking Tinubu there should be a port in the southeast. You can see everybody is trying to secure his own place, and it is changing. The era has gone. So let's wait and see how this Western propaganda will be able to change the political demography of Northern Nigeria. I know that if the West fully get involved in Northern Nigeria, they will try all the wings of all these guys. They will clip all the wings. I tell you, it will cause problem between North and South. It will cause big problem. I'm telling you. I know that some people in Northern Nigeria, they are willing tools. Our eyes don't open, so we watch them. See, you cannot stop Western propaganda. I don't know how I'm going to talk. People think that they can stop. You want to stop what? Western propaganda. Do you know what is propaganda? Do you know how the West have been playing their propaganda over the years? You think that propaganda na just make God they chop amala or they chop fufu? Western propaganda is demonic. Is demonic. If before they say anything, Anoibo, those people, before they say anything, they don't do their groundwork. Don't even plan how they will finish executing. So don't go there at all.